We're quite a small agency, and that's one of the nice things because people are very connected and very close to the practice.
In this service, we do try to make it as a family. Whether admin staff or whether you're marketing or a social worker, it doesn't matter. You're all part of what we're doing. When a child goes into someone's home, we're expecting them to create family for that child. So we're like a pseudo family for those children, and they just happen to be part of Action for Children.
Young people in care quite often don't get a chance to have a male that they're close to that can sort of model what male behaviour looks like. A lot of them are coming from a background where it's a female-led household or where the male in the household has been in some way abusive or aggressive. To have a male who behaves in a non-confrontational, non-violent way, the difference that they've made to the lives of young people just by being that male that says, here's how you can behave, and just provide that reassurance, I think that's really, really important. It can be life-changing for a young person.
You know, I look at the boys that I've had and some of the families that they have been involved with, you know, haven't had a very, very positive influence on them at all. In fact, it's the complete opposite, and their lives have been filled with trauma. You're trying to deal with some of that trauma as you're getting them settled into a home because there's a lack of trust. There's fear. You've got to address those issues. There's no such a thing as an elephant in the room as far as foster care is concerned, because young people are very astute. You know, they can see right into situations and say, what's going on here? And you've got to be honest with them, and you've got to be upfront and explain everything to them and never be afraid to do so. If you put up a front, they will see through it, and they will see that the home that you've brought them into is really just a glorified children's home.
Not only is it great for the children, it's great for me and Jennifer as well as a couple. I can't really see or think of any negative sides to fostering whatsoever. And especially as a male carer, there's a lot of preconceptions out there that it's a very female-orientated role. It's very important that men come into fostering. There's a lot of children out there who need that male role model.
It can be quite challenging at times, but it's one of these things you have to understand. The child's not doing it deliberately. It's what's happened in their past. There's always a reason for why they do something. And once you get by all that, it totally changes it. The process was long, but very thorough.
Action for Children were phenomenal because they explained everything. Everything was out on the table. This is what it is and this is what it's going to be. The whole way through, everything was explained.
It's been really interesting, our recent approvals at panel, listening to the carers who come through. And they say, well, it was long and it was involved, yeah, but actually I can see the benefit of it. Generally keep using the word, it was a bit therapeutic because they actually had a chance to think about themselves and their own past and their own family and their own upbringing.
We actually pride ourselves on the support. I see that as part of my job, to ensure that the support that those people need, they're getting it like every month. By doing that, you're building real relationships with, you know, each carer.
Because of the support of Action for Children and knowing that you have a link worker, knowing that you have a contact that you can phone at any point, day or night, for any answers to any questions you might have, just makes it so much easier. Be careful of the hand that reaches out in support. There may not be an arm behind it. And as far as I'm concerned with fostering, I'm continuing 11 years later doing what I'm doing and loving it, because although I am the hand, there's an arm of support behind me, which is Action for Children.
It's the changes you see in children. Hearing about that wee boy who has really found a really strong relationship with his foster father, and they kind of just do normal stuff in the garden while he's on, and that's all you're trying to bring. We would ask children for feedback and they get fed up with it. And I got feedback from one teenage girl who said, will you stop sending me these things? She said, this is my home. So I wrote to her and I said, thank you for that. You've told me all I need to know. We won't be asking for any more feedback.
One of the biggest regrets is that me and my wife both have is that we didn't do it earlier.
Understanding the value that you can add, you know, to a child's life. Even in Northern Ireland, I mean, there's over 3,000 children in care and in need of being fostered. There just isn't enough foster carers. So if there's men out there who are sort of standing thinking, well, I'm not sure if I can actually be a foster carer, look, 100% they can.
I would say if you think you can do it, do it. If you don't think you can do it, give us a call and we'll convince you.
just do it. Just go ahead and do it because you'll enjoy it. And to help a child reach their potential is absolutely fantastic.
I love it, absolutely love it. From day one, I have loved it and I love it still to this very day.